Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the VFG podcast. Today, me and Jonathan are here to talk about men's A-League round 5. Macarthur against the Wellington Phoenix. What did you think about this game, Jonathan?
Oh, I thought it was bloody brilliant. Bloody brilliant. You know, before the game, I had a little flurry, a little thing at the TAB, and I picked the Phoenix to win. So they have three options: 2-1, 3-1, or 4-1. And when we were 2-1, I was happy. When we were 3-1, I was ecstatic. And when we got to 4-1, I sent a message on social media saying, "Please stop scoring because you're going to stuff up my bet and I'm not going to get it." So don't score any more than 4. But absolutely brilliant. Fantastic afternoon. Everything came together so nicely. All of the players, the subs, the depth, it was all there. What did you see?
I enjoyed the game. The highlight for me was that free kick. It was glorious.
Yeah, that Clayton Lewis off the just absolutely superb.
And our photographer Fred got a great shot of this reaction afterwards.
Yeah, there was a fantastic old Photo Mac on social media, absolutely brilliant photographer. He also got a really good one that he dropped on Twitter later, which was Clayton Lewis pointing to a spot on the grass, and the question was caption this. So that was quite cool. But the first half yesterday was very set. It was a seesaw battle. It was backwards and forwards. Neither team dominated, but then in that second half, the Knicks came out. We had some subs come on, Bawley, Wayno, and the field just opened up. And to win 4-1 was just absolutely phenomenal. And it really caps off all the great work and the things that we've thought. And it was the level of play that we've been wanting to see, that we know the team are capable of, and now they've delivered it once. Hopefully we can do it again.
I was not expecting that yesterday at all.
Okay?
That really took me by surprise. Like, I thought after the second goal where Lockheed Road just came on and whacked it into the goal with his first touch, I thought, oh, here we go again, another draw, But then when they started going boom, 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 I thought it really shocked me. Like, we all knew it was going to come, but I didn't expect it yesterday.
Crave really showed his class yesterday. Costa really, like, he wasn't. I didn't think he was physically as active moving around the field, but he was the silent gun in behind the background, just setting up shots. His placement was great, solid passing. Ben Old, I thought yesterday was absolutely brilliant. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think this has been Old's season. But yesterday, Costa was the quiet hero for me.
Yeah, he didn't do much in terms of, creating, having his own chances, but he did a lot for everyone else.
Yeah, totally agree. And another interesting thing too was Crave and Zavada really, they, like in that first half, Macarthur was starting to get quite physical. And the game was getting a bit tetchy, but our guys didn't back down. And I think it was Crave in that first half. He's a big boy, he's really tall, lean, but tall. But he wasn't getting pushed around. He wasn't going to take any rubbish from the Bulls. So that was good to see him kind of giving it, not muscling up, but just standing his ground. I thought that was fantastic.
Do you think he'll be another player that goes at the end?
No, I think he's on it. Well, potentially he is on a 2-year contract. But we've seen that our players are wanted overseas. However, David Dome has signalled that if other teams and other leagues want our players, they're going to have to pay for them. So if someone wants him, they're going to have to open up their wallets. So he could be one that goes, but I think if he does go, at least it'll be, it'll provide the funding that'll go back into the academy and back into buying other players. I honestly think that Uffy and his team have done a fantastic job recruiting this year, and we have a solid, very talented team.
I felt sorry for the Macarthur team and Dwight York, 'cause they just got blown off the park. I- Like,
Nah, we don't feel
I-
sorry for them. We whooped their ass.
they've been playing some good football, like, as I watch all the league, so wasn't a big game. Hey, another
To
highlight of
be,
meal. And
yeah.
I love how this wasn't about the game. The tribute to Lily Davila. That was really cool. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and then the clapping at the 30th minute, where the whole stadium, people standing up clapping and just acknowledging her, because Uli and his family were both very big personalities at the Knicks, and they brought a lot of that family life and stuff. So yeah, full just massive respect for the Knicks and everyone who turned out there yesterday, and the armbands, just total class.
That was very moving. Found a few tears while watching the TV.
Yeah. To be fair, I did think, and I said this last week, I did think yesterday's game was going to be a bit closer. I thought maybe we might have, as I said, maybe a 2-1, 3-1, 4-1 was a surprise. This weekend, I reckon we're going to, if the Knicks can play the same way, we're going to absolutely smoke them. And I reckon it could be a 5 or a 6, 5-1, 6-1 blowout to the Knicks. I think
Yeah.
we're going to steamroll Western.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but do you think some of these just keeping it in the league but going off, just lightly, do you think some of our players will make it into their respective international sides for the World Cup? So you've got Krayev in contention for Bulgaria, and you've got one or two, I think, in the contention for Australia.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Crab, because I don't know anything about the Bulgarian team and who he would be competing with to get a spot. Australians, I don't think so, actually. Not to take anything away from the guys that we have, but I think when we look at the guys who have left, like Piscopo, Sotirio, I think those guys have got more of a shot at making the Aussie team. Um, I don't know. I just don't see anybody really standing out for us from in that regard at the moment, as far as Aussies in our team. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I used to like I always forget his name. The number 9. Right.
Now's not a good time to forget his name.
Zavada. There we go. It came back. Zavada. Yeah. I thought he would come into a form, but he's a bit of I'm starting to agree with Brett now on hybrid. I'm starting to agree with Brett now. He's becoming a bit of a flop.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think he'll come along, but I just don't think he's there yet. I just don't think I don't think he's quite hitting his straps yet. So maybe after the World Cup, he'll probably have a breakthrough season and score a whole lot of goals. But I think at the moment he's not quite. I don't think his form's quite there.
Now we talked about this a few weeks ago, making cuts. If he doesn't improve by the partway through the net window, do you reckon they cut their losses and try
No,
something?
no, not at all. Not at all. I think yesterday the team finally pulled it together and they played absolutely superb. We've got a whole lot of depth on the bench and on the field, and we've also got players playing the next level down. We've got guys playing in the reserves team who are knocking on the door of being at that top level. So I can't see any. I mean, potentially, I don't know what Uffy and David are thinking. Personally, I think the squad we've got is settled. It's competitive. Players can't rest on the laurels. They know they have to perform to be in that starting lineup. So I can't see anyone being let go unless we got, maybe a significant offer of cash. That's my view, but I don't think anyone's playing badly. I just think the quality of our squad has gone up so much and our expectations as fans has gone up too, and so yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
And so just to finish, if Zavada never scores, that won't bother you at all, as long as it's helping the team in other avenues.
Absolutely, yeah. If he's keeping the other players on their toes, we've got goal scoring threats all across the field. So if one player's not quite there, we'll give him a little bit. I'm happy to err on the side of, hey, let's just wait, because we don't know what's going to happen. Injuries happen. Players go off for different reasons, so we are going to need that depth and that maturity in the squad. But it's a fantastic, looking at it now. What are we, 5 weeks in, and the results we've had? We're currently sitting 7th on the table. I think we'll easily push up into the top 4. Either this week or after the break. So I'm very, very happy with sitting and waiting and letting him have his time.
So as you mentioned a little bit earlier, we've got the final game before the World Cup break. We've got Western United at home. Again, I believe it's another Sunday game. So that'll be pretty easy, because Western United form been terrible.
Oh, Western United are absolutely shocking. They what are they? They wooden spoon, I think, or second to last at the moment. So I'm expecting, if the Knicks can come out and play like they did yesterday, it'll be a 5-1, 6-1. We'll just add steamroll, and we were so good yesterday. I tell you what was interesting, though, one funny thing that I saw, and that was when the second half started, or might have just been before the second half, and Uffy lost his, he lost his temper, shall we say, and he let out a rather loud effing da-da-da-da-da-da, which came through on the microphone if you were watching Sky Sports. And after that, the team got their act together and played really well. So if he loses his temper because we're not doing well against Western United, we don't want to see them have a bad first half. But I just think, he knows how to get these guys motivated.
And hey, just on Offie, I thought it'd be cool to do a bit of a hashtag campaign to try and get him on this program. So if you want to see that, hashtag Offie on BFG.
Yeah, Uffy's he's a bit like, he's kind of like Ian Foster. Like, you can put him in front of the media and he doesn't say much. He's kind of just sits back and doesn't say too much. But it'd be fantastic to have a chat with him if we could. David Dome, if you're out there, we'd love to have that opportunity. But yeah, we're not going to stop till we get it. Hey, Blake?
Yeah. But that hashtag will help.
Absolutely.
So Offie for BFG.
Offie for BFG. I love it. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
We'll leave it there for today. And we'll see you for the review of our final game before the World Cup.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Captain.